The year's 1995. St. Xavier High School has their hands on the Tasmanian Devil. Tendai Charasika, 172-pound weight class. Now, Tendai, before we get started, I think 1995 they realigned the weight classes.
They did.
Do you okay? Because I know I've done a video with Robbie Bodner from Valley, and he said that like 100 was the lightest weight class. That's why he wrestled him and Chris McCoy from Tate's Creek.
Yeah.
And they like you look at the weights from 94 and then 96 they go back. Do you remember what 1990 why they changed them in 95 or?
No, I think at that time they were trying to mess with having people have healthier weight loss, right? So they figured let's try to give everybody a pound allowance, and so I think they increased weight classes literally by 1 pound or so.
Okay, that makes sense. Nobody had given me a honest or even a close representation of what could be. But you are a junior. You're the defending state champion.
Yeah.
I've said this with a couple other guys because it fits. I know you're a U of L man. Yeah. You may or may not play football at U of L running back. I mean, a little humble brag there, right? 1996, right?
Yeah.
And I think you guys actually beat my Kentucky Wildcats that year.
We did. Tim Couch,
Still stings. Anytime Louisville beats Kentucky at anything, it stings a little bit. But we are, when I say we, I'm talking like guys I've done videos with. I bring up Coach Calipari says Kentucky's not for everybody. It's everybody's Super Bowl. We get everybody's best shot night in, night out. No matter if a team is 0-30, when they come into their arena or they play us, whatever, it's their main event. Even if they, like, I've done videos, they're not up on the channel yet as of doing this video, but I've done videos with Joe Carr last night, and I told Joe, I was like, could you tell a difference in guys that you'd seen wrestle at tournaments, then when it was your turn, your round robin or duel or whatever, they'd come out and absolutely just give it everything they had just to be able to say they scored on a state champion. They was able to maybe put a state champion on his back, and they can have that, maybe not win a state championship themselves, but they always had that, I put Tendai on his back. No biggie. Going in, you're the defending state champion. Did you feel like you were getting people's best shots night in, night out at every meet you went to just because you were the returning state champion?
I did. I think, clearly, especially going into dual matches throughout the season when we would compete against other teams, you always kind of knew that was a match that some of their guys were looking forward to, and you could see the intensity build in the crowd and on the team when it came to 172 weight class at that time. So I certainly got that, but also for me, every match I tried to bring the same intensity and the same focus and the same pre-match ritual that I would go through. So I try to treat everybody, whether they were 0 and whatever, or undefeated, or defending state champ, or whatever the case may be, try to prepare for them in the same way that I did every match.
That makes total sense. I mean, why change what got you there, right?
That's right.
So, of course, we got Tendai's bracket. Now, the first round, you wrestled Toby Collins from Henry Clay. It does not say how you win. I think you said off camera you don't remember this match.
I don't, unfortunately.
Okay, so we're just going. Tendai gets the win, of course. Now the second round, or quarterfinals, I should say, you wrestle Matt Cook from Covington Scott. Again, I think it's either this one or next one. You win 14-4. So pretty major decision there. Yeah, this one's 14-4. That's my bad. Now, the semifinals, you wrestle Hans Hagen from Campbell County. He ended up coming in third that year, and it says you win a 7-1 decision.
Okay, yeah.
So the year's changed, weight classes changed, but what hasn't changed is a step in the lineup at Sheldon Clark.
That's right.
And instead of Archie step, you're wrestling McKinley step.
That's right.
Now, had you wrestled McKinley before?
I don't remember. So I remember we did a dual match. In fact, St. X went down and actually stayed with the Sheldon Clark team. And then we ended up doing a dual match. I think it was like a Saturday or such. And so had a great time. And I think I wrestled a step at that dual match throughout the year. So I can't remember I directly wrestled him before. But no, as far as I remember, I hadn't wrestled McKinley prior to the finals.
Now, off camera, we was talking about on the video you're getting ready to watch. there's a little guy named Miguel Merritt, and Miguel actually wrestles Matt Step. So it could have been Matt, it could have been McKinley.
Yeah.
M Step. I mean, I know all those years later it's hard to remember, but
Right.
it could have been one or the other.
Yeah.
It says that McKinley's record is 44-1,
Yeah.
and it says your record is 35-2.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you, of course, how the match ends, but you've been in the main event. You've been the main draw. You've had people's best shots all year. After you win your semifinals and during the finals, what is your game plan? What are you doing between that time frame, that 4 to 6, 7 hours between? Because the semifinals are in the morning.
That's right.
And then, of course, the finals are in the evening. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Coach is talking to you. Just kind of walk us through what you're doing there.
Yeah, so I remember those days, and especially when you have the long break in between. And there's a good shot that I went home and took a little bit of a rest and a nap. I would always get so high strung, it would be a lot of energy. So I'm sure that I took a nap and then got fueled up. Probably had some bananas, Gatorades, things of that nature. And then a lot of it for me was just mindset. So I always enjoyed being off on my own, and I would always had my music on, and mentally I visualized myself in matches. So whether it was the night before or even minutes before a match, I already knew in my mind what I wanted to do, what moves I was going to make, and what the reaction was going to be. So I was always thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead. And I always say that I won my matches before I even got on the match, because it was really important for me to just kind of be right there, be fueled up, intense, and ready to go, no matter what would come my way.
A lot to unpack there, but my main question is, what does 1995 era Tendai Charasika have on the headphones?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd have to look that up. I can guarantee you it was probably some kind of rap at that point, without a doubt. Gosh, who knows, right? I'd have to go back and figure out a title on that for sure. But I guarantee you it was probably some hardcore or whatever it was.
You said that, and I was like, I gotta know what that is. All right, enough of us talking. We got the video queued up. Let's take the time machine. Let's take the 15-minute trip from where we are to Louisville, Atherton, and watch this match.
Absolutely.
So you guys are seeing what we're seeing, and the first thing Tendai said is, look at my hair. And this 1995 has the introductions. So, of course, we're going to watch the introductions, and then it goes straight into the match. Tendai, let's go, man.
This is real focused. Always real focused.
Laser focused, man.
Laser focused. At this point, you made it to the big dance. Nothing can stand in your way.
That's it. Come off. A little bit of a handshake.
Yeah.
I'm not here to shake hands. I'm here to wrestle.
That's right. So I got the black tights, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Changed up my gear a little bit. So another tall, lanky step, but get inside position. They wrestle with their hips back. So it's going to be 2 bulls in the ring. So you see here, no doubt that I'm sure that he got a little bit of coaching from Archie. He's not standing as tall. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit more bent down, if you will.
Well, neutral.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a big family contingent? A lot of students that come watch you?
Yeah, a lot of students are out there. St. X had a great wrestling family. There we go, trying to set that up too. Great wrestling community that we had at St. X. A lot of moms and dads out there for sure. I remember this referee too. He's a great referee.
Yeah.
Had my black shoes there. So classic, like a lot of wrestlers had the things that, like you said, got you there. You're going to wear them. Very superstitious. Mm-hmm. I lace my shoes up the same way.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
And it's also good. Like I said in the other video with you, you got a wrestler wearing a green singlet and a wrestler wearing a red singlet.
That's right.
It's a whole lot easier for the referees.
That's right.
Because I can tell you, I got to referee the 2020 state tournament heavyweight state finals. and I held up the wrong hand twice. I did. It was Deshaun Watkins from DeSales and the Irvin from Union County.
Yeah.
And Union had red on their singlet, and I hit it up twice wrong.
Yeah. So there's that underhook. I love that inside underhook, so I'm trying to work that. So you see McKinley's working the edge of the mat. That's one area I got a little bit better on in my wrestling career, is just staying in the center of the mat, unless, of course, I strategically was trying to go out to the edge of the mat there.
Right. Now, from your sophomore year to this year, had anything changed as far as your offense? Like, what's your favorite takedown? Is it still the same, still blast leg double?
It's
or?
still blast leg double. I did, those there we go. Boom. So I'm going to get that. Oh, so close. I knew I almost had him right there. Blast leg double, working the inside underhooks for some inside shots there were really big. I tried to go for some outside singles, but I still primarily see the duck under was real big. Frankly, I think the biggest thing is I'm in a little bit more shape, a little bit more calm on the mat. So I feel a little bit more in control.
I think your biceps grew about 10 inches, like Hulk Hogan out there.
So it's funny because this weight class is 172. I weighed probably about 150.
No kidding.
Yeah, about 155.
My goodness.
Early on in my career, I realized I didn't want to lose weight, so I always said I'm never going to be in a situation where I'm going to lose weight. There's Coach Willman, Coach Garion in my corner there. You see McKinley try to roll me at the on the edge of the mat there. But I felt very confident being on bottom.
What's your go-to escape now? We still trying to
stand so up? I knew he was going to put legs in. So you see me close off on the legs.
Clamp down.
He's really trying to roll me, those big long legs. So I'm trying to work out of that. He's trying to turn. I was blessed. I was very forward, very strong upper body. He's trying to keep my head straight there. But again, now we knew he was real good. So I always knew both steps, all the steps. I always try to work those legs. So hey, one of the defenses is to get a stalemate was where we try to always get. So I knew I had to be exploding off the bottom. My go-to off the bottom is a straight stand up. I wasn't going to try to sit out, but you see here, I always knew, boom, I'm getting out. I'm going to get my hips out in a way. Again, from the time that I was taught, I just knew that people were not going to stop me on bottom. It was a mental thing. Right. And so I didn't really have any other go-tos on bottom, frankly. It was, I'm getting out on bottom when I stand up, period. So now it's 1-0, I believe.
That's what I've got it as, 1-0.
Yep. So a little bit of a bad shot because he did have my arm there.
That's twice
that
the headgear different years have come off, and you've had that killer instinct to go instead of waiting.
Absolutely. So we're tied up again.
Now, did you feel like you were stronger than McKinley? Was he stronger than you? Was it about even?
It's so tough because I think I felt that I was going to be stronger than him, especially on the lower body. His upper body, if I remember, for both steps, good, strong upper bodies. Legs, though, I felt like if I could get in, I was trying to throw that. It looks like one-arm throw. But if I could get in on those legs, I just knew I was going to get up in them if I could get in on their legs. They weren't going to be able to stop that or sprawl on that.
Still trying to work that head.
Trying to work the head inside. There we go. Duck under. There we go.
Finish.
There we go.
Two.
And I got my two. Yep. Got the legs in. So that was my duck under.
That's good.
That's my one of the moves that I really enjoyed. And a lot of that comes from strength too. Using his momentum against him, and then ducking by, and getting around on that. So I think
I've got it at 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
I'll be shocked how long I keep him on bottom here. Might ride him a little bit. Okay, so good. So that was end of the period. So you see, I'm feeling confident, feeling in control of the match, control of my breathing. probably in my mind, I'm thinking this is my match to lose. And okay, so there they go. Big, long legs. Okay, so there we go. So here we go.
So I got 3-1. That's what I've got anyway.
So, okay. Trying to get. So he was vulnerable to that duck under. Mm-hmm. So obviously, it looks like I tried to shoot that several times. I knew he was keeping his hips back. So trying to go for a blast double is going to be really challenging. So obviously, I try to hit that a couple times there.
And I hear people in the crowd saying TC.
Yeah.
TC. All right, what we got here?
So it looks like stalling red, good. So I
red.
guess he was grabbing headgear maybe. Yep. It was kind of the call there.
It's either stalling or a penalty.
Right, there we go. Boom, boom. Okay.
Oh, they're trying that side.
Okay, so now I'm going the other side now. So I try that cross single.
Ooh,
good job.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yeah, it's good. Great move. Unfortunately, he was used to wrestling on the edge of the mat there. But that's good for him. Good for him. Good for him. So he's got the crowd going. I don't even remember that move. I mean, now that I see that, I kind of remember that moment. But, you know, you can tell where I grew in my maturity as a wrestler. Back in the day, I would have maybe got flustered by that. I knew I was in control of the match at that point. So keep your calm. Stay in control. And here we go. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So, you know, but again, there we go, go. Oh, it gets me excited. It gets me excited because that is so close. That is so close. You know, so, and again, you know, even up 3-1 in the third period, state championship on the line, you know, no stalling on this, remember? So last year, 3 stalling calls against me. Well, I'm still staying engaged. I'm still trying to make some shots. I'm still going after them. I know it's possible. And like we just saw at the edge of the mat there, had an opportunity to get a single. There we go. Now, I wasn't going to stay underneath there too long.
Running to the referee. Oh,
yeah.
That's it. Now,
Wow.
Yep, 3-1. That's the final score. So you won at 3-1. Two-time state champion.
Yeah. Two-time.
Two-timer, baby.
Wow. That's incredible.
Now, this is the podium ceremony.
See Alex Stiebling right there.
There's
Coach Carr.
That back there is Damian Level in the green. I think that's Josh Campbell.
There's TJ Iverson. Yeah.
There you're on top of the podium again, 2 times in a row.
Wow. That's great.
That's awesome, man.
That's incredible. I think I got some sideburns there a little bit.
So, watching the video now, kind of give us your thoughts on what you just saw. I mean, anything like we asked in the 94, anything that you didn't remember, anything that jarred your memory?
I think the biggest thing was probably the growth and how I handled myself on the mat. Still remain very strategic in how I would go about assessing wrestlers and what I would do, but again, I think more impressed in my junior year there would just continue to keep the pressure on, not get the stalling call. So that was growth that year from that perspective. Of course, another great stellar competitor in McKinley Step there. So it was great time, and I remained calm. I was always a very intense, aggressive wrestler. So over the years, from my 7th grade year, obviously, to my junior year, really worked on controlling my breathing and because I used to wear myself out. So I really worked on controlling my breathing and my intensity level and attacking at the right times.
I can feel Tendai's energy right here in the room. I hope you guys can feel it well. I mean, at home as well. Just getting to watch this. That's why I love getting to do this. Is all these years later, letting these guys from across the state, no matter how old they are, how long ago it was, whatever their situation was then as opposed to it is now, just letting guys get to see theirself. And George King has one of my favorite lines of the whole series so far. He said, maybe not now, but at one time Dad could do it.
Yeah.
And I know you have kids, they wrestle, and it's going to be great for you to sit down with your kids and say, hey, this is what Dad could do.
Yeah.
This is what Dad could do. So we're going to wrap this one up, put a bow on it. We're going to go to 1997. If you haven't watched Tendai's 1995, you need to watch it. And stay tuned for the 1997 state champion, or I'm sorry, 1996.
Yeah.
That's right. I said that wrong. 1996 state championship. It's the first year at the Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So Tendai is one of the very few to win a state championship in Atherton and at the Dungeon. I think Joe Carr, Miguel, and I think you are the only ones that have won in Atherton and at the Dungeon. That's all we've got.
Yeah.
If we don't see you in 1997, we'll see you guys on the mats.